people, Lek here. Today I've got a couple of great replays showcasing the Skirmish mode, which just came out. It is actually one of my favorite special modes in the game. The games are fast, they're furious. There is no strategy really, you just brawl with mostly heavies, I'll be honest with you. DPM is good, armor is good, but at the end of the day, a heavy usually succeeds in this mode. Just to go over it in case you've never done it before, Skirmish is where they basically portion off a piece of a map, and it's 5 against 5, and the key to Skirmish is the cap speed is much faster, so a lot of games end by people just capping out. But because of the maps are so small, you really need a heavy, and you really need good gun depression. Damage per minute, excuse me. So anyway, I got 3 great replays, a couple of mine and one from Ronan that is just unbelievable. And let's get right to the replays. Okay, so this is match number 1. I am in the Kranwagen. Ronan is platooning with me in the 113, and we are on the Yamato Harbor, I don't know, east side of the map, I guess. This is one of my favorite ones because it's actually hard to cap out here. The cap is in a place where you really can't cap and not get shot at. It's great for a hull down tank, so having the Kranwagen here was a perfect scenario. Ronan is less ideal in the 113. That is a terrible shot. Off to a good start. So I always go to the left side here to make sure nobody can cap, because you can cap so fast with 2 tanks that the game will end in like 2 seconds. And sure enough, there's a CR over here that's poking around. I kind of think, yeah, I might have waited for the 3rd shell there, but I had a shot, so I took it. It's risky to sit here because the TDs can sit and spawn, of course, and nuke you, but I think they were all spotted. I don't think there was a TD in spawn. Maybe there was. I don't remember anymore. But so my attempt here is not actually to try to cap the base and win. I'm just trying to draw them out. I'm waiting for the 3rd shell to load. This time, actually waited. The Kron has low DPM, but if you get all 3 shells, it's nasty. That was just an awful shot. Should have gone for the lower plate. I'm doing that now. Wasted that. Now Ronan's over here coming to help me. And there, the grill now comes back into spawn. I saw him. I don't think Ronan spotted him. I still have this bug that it doesn't show the platoon chat and replays, but I was telling him there to back up and not push forward. I don't think he saw it, or he just ignored me, which really isn't the worst idea. But I knew at that point the grill was going to nuke him, and there was nothing I could do but watch. So I decided to focus on the right side here. You've got an E3. I've reloaded a couple of my shells. Like I said, the Crown has the worst DPM. It's not the best, but it has great armor. Ronan's still alive. I don't know how, but he lasted longer than I thought he was. Doing a great job. And I can see that we are definitely in deep crap here. IS-7's pushing our TD. It was a really stupid move on his part. And the E3 is actually getting into a good spot. That was actually pretty clever of him to do that. And I am just trying to get to where I can clear this I-7. Getting a shot on the E3. Again, not a great shot. I-7's pushing me. It was just a dumb move. I poked forward, gave the I-7 a free shot, and just bounced this slip shot. So now I've realized I got to get back to the right. I'm getting into a crossfire. Never drive into a crossfire like that. But that was a good shot by the E3. I was surprised he made that. But I wanted to get on this side so I can get where the grill can't hit me, and then I'm in front of both of these guys. So that was so dumb. I had the 3rd shell basically loaded. I should have just waited another half second. Again, I'm making bad trades, but I do pull this out in the end, I promise. There's a lot less damage to be done in this match. There's only 5 tanks, so to me, anytime you get over 3,000 is a nice game, and I definitely pulled that off here. I'm already 2,500 damage. I just want to clear the IS-7. Kron has a great gun. He is cleared. I'm pushing forward to the right so the E3 can't get his gun down, but I don't want to push too far because I don't know where the grill is. E3 is very clever. He's using his gun depression and his armor. Still no idea where the grill is. I assume he's behind me at this point, but I just want to get rid of this E3, so it's 1 against 1. And because I'm above him, I can shoot the roof, which is lovely. I don't have to try to get too finessey here. And here's the grill. Of course, he just creams me. Thankfully, he did not shoot HE and Pen. That was an unfortunate shot, but at least I did something. And of course, the 704, who is a mediocre player, has now gone into advice mode. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ronan, for telling him to shut up. So now I'm going to wait and definitely get all 3 shells in. I have 0. I thought he was going to push forward, so I kind of poked. I got lucky, I didn't take a hit there. But he went forward and rolled backwards, which was actually pretty smart. But so I'm definitely not going to move till I get all 3 shells in. Then I can basically clear him with 1 clip of HEs. I mean, it would be a stretch to get them all, but I could definitely bring him down to a 1 shot with all 3 shells, which we got, and he cannot clear me with 1 shot. So I can get a little more aggressive. He's got into a bad spot. He's trying to back up, so I get a nice HE in him for 500. I see at this point that I couldn't clear him with the whole clip for sure, so I'm just going to get closer to him. He's not going to poke out, and I'm going to wait till the 3rd shell is loaded. I've got the speed boost ready, and actually I can shoot AP, which is why I'm doing this. I don't want to hit the gun. I don't want to hit the gun. I went ahead and risked the HE shot there anyway, and then just got the last one in before he killed me. Fun match. Kronwagen's a great tank. Doesn't have the DPM, but if you're patient, you can do a ton of damage. So 4,800 damage in a skirmish match and 3 kills. That was a lot of fun. Let's look at match number 2. This is a crazy match. So you've got Ronan platooning with Linus in the Patton, and just by chance they got into a match with Sir Lancelot in the IS-7. So we got 3 nerfed guys on one team. This is the same map. It's Yamato, but it's the harbor side. So as much as I love the I don't know, the other side, the east side, this west side is absolutely horrible. There's nowhere to go haul down, and you're just getting hit everywhere you go. And this match just absolutely goes insane at the end. Do not miss the end of this match. So they've got a good platoon against them. A couple guys from Beta who are good players, and they're in good tanks. Well, I'm sorry, one of them is in a good tank, T92. The T95 is a piece of garbage. So the Progetto YOLOs and dies, which seems to happen a lot in this mode. Ronan's pushing the middle to get use the gunner pressure on a chieftain, and surprise, surprise, you've got the T95 right in front of you. So now he's just kind of sitting here in a place where you can't actually go haul down. Of course, you have to watch your left because you can get creamed, and of course that top of the rear hull of the chieftain is got about 40 millimeters of armor, so you can be HE'd to pieces by any tank. Great shot there and a good bounce off the 22, who was totally out of position, and he knew he had to eat one, but he got out of there. And now it's a little bit of a stalemate. Ronan gets a beautiful shot into that 95 right there. Linus is pushing the right, and now they're already down 1. So we have a YOLO for YOLO trade. Very nice. So down to 4 on 4. The interesting thing about this skirmish mode is the match length is the same. So even though the map is smaller and the cap is faster, the match length is the same. I don't understand that. That's the only thing I would change in skirmish. Just a few more maps and maybe shorter match times, like 5 minutes. Yeah, they usually end anyway, but sometimes they go on for so long it drives you crazy. But so a trade there, not an ideal tank to trade with because that's 400 alpha as well. But Ronan realizes he's got to back up here. He's bleeding a little too much. He definitely wants to clear this guy from Beta. Now we've got a VK90, which is a fantastic tank unless you drive it sideways in front of a Chieftain Mark 6. So Ronan doing a great job of going back and forth, baiting a shot. And the guy, I love this guy. He misses and then turns away from the tank he was shooting to give him a full side of the VK90 to hit. Brilliant move. Down to 3 on 3, and it is the 3 nerfed boys, I believe. Let's take a look. No, I'm sorry, Linus is dead. Sorry, Linus. Lance is still alive. And Ronan knows who the problem tanks are. It is the 2 guys from Beta who are still alive. Lance is definitely running out of hit points. And Ronan is also running out of hit points. He's kind of driven himself into a corner. At this point, it looks bleak. Linus, good comment. I think the Sherry does actually wake up and start playing at the end, but yeah, this is a difficult mode for a light tank in his defense because there's nowhere to hide and it's just tricky as hell and you have no armor. So in the Sherry's defense, this is really a tough place to be, but he brought a light tank, so that's his problem. So they're sort of debating on what to do. They're both down at about 600-ish, and they are deciding which way to go. They're going to go left, which I think is actually a good call. It's just a risky move in the beginning because you can get nuked going across, but I think that's the only bet they have. That was almost a kill shot, which would have been perfect, but unfortunately not. And now you're spotted, so you've got to be really careful going across. You hear the missile whizzing by and doing nothing, and now he was just shot at and they missed, so he knows it's the best time to move because a blind shot miss. Arona makes a great call to go because Camo's respotted and the blind shots miss, so they can get across. And now they're in much better shape because this side is got a lot more cover because of the mounds. There's no mounds on the other side, so they have a Sheridan that's full health. T-22 is a one-shot, and I believe the T-95 is a two-shot. And I believe this is also now the longest skirmish match of all time. Their Sheridan has managed to cross with them, which is shocking. It was a smart move on his part because they need his hit points. He's basically full. And the two of them are really low. So again, the stalemate is continuing. Everybody's circling the map. The Sheridan hiding in back. Naturally, he should be spotting, and he's not doing it. I suspect Ronan is typing something. Oh, and Lance is cleared by a Sheridan who is actually doing his job. So now 2 against 3. This looks basically like a loss here. Yes, exactly. Spot. And he does actually spot. Decides to start pushing. Puts in a great shot into the 95. Makes him a one-shot. So that helps a lot. So now both the guys from Beta, well, the T-22 might be a two-shot. Depends if it's a higher. He's an above-average roll. Ronan takes a tough hit, but the Sheridan makes a great kill shot on the 22. This is a crazy... Oh, he just misses it. I thought he was going to die right here. I don't know how he didn't. He's chasing the 95, who has a 400 Alpha gun. He just gets the kill shot, which is a brilliant move there. Risky, but it was worth it. The Sheridan did wake up and start doing a lot of damage. He cleared the 22, brought the 95 down, so he did do his work. That was a risky move, shooting Hesh into the turret, but if it hit, it'd be 500 damage. Great shot there. That one went right in for 460 or so. That was brilliant. And the face like a Sheridan, there's not much they can do. You got more DPM, and it's very tough for them to pen because their gun doesn't have that high a pin. Really should be shooting a missile. And he gets a high roll there for an unbelievable finish. That was pulling a loss or a win out of a loss for sure. I have no idea how they won that match. Great job for all the nerfed guys. Good job. And an amazing win. And let's take a look at replay number 3. Number 3 is me in the AMX 50B, which is a truly amazing tank. I'm actually new to this tank. I've barely done any matches in it. And I've had a T57 Heavy for a long time. And I just got the 50B, and I'm stunned at how much more I like this tank than I do the 57 Heavy. The mobility is incredible. DPM is about the same. I honestly get as many bounces in this tank as I do the 57, which I wouldn't have imagined, but it actually has not... The hull armor is amazing in the front. The turret armor you think has none, but actually does get bounces. And again, the mobility, the 10 degrees of gun depression are just incredible. So I am on this is a newer map. It's in Canal, but it sort of is kind of the northwest corner of the map. The reason this is interesting is because it makes this corner a lot more viable. Before, you couldn't go down in the canal because you'd be crossfired out. Now you can actually hide down the canal, use it, and go haul down. And that is my preferred side because it's got a lot more cover, especially in this tank, which doesn't have the best armor. You just have to be careful. You want people in front of you. So naturally, I've got a couple of clowns that are pushing too hard, and I see this VK come out. I track him with the first shot. I'm trying to keep him tracked. 2 into the track and 3 into the track, so he is completely tracked on there, but because the other guys disappeared, they didn't quite get him cleared. They would have cleared him if they'd done that. The 121 hit him with a nice shot, but that's it. So good start. Already 1900 damage. The game has just started, and this is what's amazing about this tank. It just does so much damage. You don't want to push, you don't want to YOLO, you don't want to frontline it. It's a farmer tank, and the gun is fantastic. DPM is about 3,000, so it just makes a ton of damage. trying to get shots into the side of the turret. I decided to make a trade here because I thought I could clear him. I just missed that shot. It was a bit... It was asking a lot for that to go in, but if it does, he would have been gone. So the 103 jumps down, thinking he has an easy clear. And I can see that he's probably going to die because the other AMX 50B is dropping in on him, which he didn't anticipate because he's paying no attention to the map. So then I'm being rushed by a T-54, and he rams me, which I absolutely love. The amount of people who ram this tank who don't realize it's a bad idea. This tank weighs a lot and has a lot of front armor, so if you ram it, you're going to get creamed. It's a terrific rammer. And again, morons who ram heavies and mediums just deserve to die, and that's exactly what happened to him. So I'm just running here. I'm assuming I'm going to get nuked on the way over, but because of the speed and because I had the power boost, I'm able to only take one hit, and that's basically saved the game for me. I'm down to 1 against 3. I got 3,100 damage, but they have a lot of hit points left, and I honestly did not think I was going to win at this point. I'm just trying to get into a spot where I can not be in a crossfire, which is basically impossible because I know that there's somebody on my right. It is the Vickers, yeah. But I've got my clip reloaded. Give him a little love tap, and there you go. Again, this thing, terrific rammer. So Vickers YOLOs in, I get him cleared, and now I know both guys are in front of me. And the 50B, of course, rushes in. And there's the bounces off this tank. This tank gets so many bounces. I get a couple in. I got to reload my clip. I know he's got one left for sure. And he's able to actually pen me, but I know he's out now. I counted his shells. I'm just waiting for a reload to clear him. The 704 has showed up. So I put a nice APCR into him. I want to make sure he's dead. And now it's a cat and mouse. Full HP 704. He comes out sideways and has no camo, so I already know he's not a great player. I get him tracked, put 2 into him. But again, I'm still... If he even looks at me with an HE shot, I am dead anywhere. So I know I can easily clip him out. So what I need to do now is basically just get a shot out of him. And one of the best tricks about this tank is you can actually get a bounce really easy if you just poke forward with a hull. I think it was Tommy from Pincer who discussed this in one of his videos, because the hull is so strong in the front, you can poke it. That's kind of what I was trying to do, but then I was thinking, if he HEs me, I'm going to die, but I had no choice. I actually shot one, which kind of startled him, and he fires it, and then, of course, all I needed was 2 to clear him, and he is gone. And there you go. So that is all... It's essentially a Zenii in Skirmish, but yes, 6,100 damage in Skirmish. There's only 10,000 damage to be made total, and I did 6,100 of it and killed them all, 5 kills. Absolutely a blast. I absolutely love this tank. Skirmish mode is coming back, guys. I believe it is the November 24th. Play it. It's a lot of fun. The matches are quick, and it does not affect your win rate. So go play some Skirmish, and I will see you next time. Do not forget, please subscribe to the channel.